And welcome into the channel, everybody. I'm your broadcaster tonight, Wesley Dunphy. Please mind, I just got off of being sick, so I am a little stuffy and I might cough a little tonight. But we're going to bring you the most action that we can tonight, as clean as possible. Tonight we will take the Nissan versus Mazda in the NPML League tonight, No Pressure Motorsports League, to Mount Panorama, Bathurst. This is going to be an extremely challenging track for the drivers in the uphill section of the mountain and the downhill section of the mountain, and obviously a little easier, but big power sections here, so we might be seeing cars get up to 160, 170 with these horsepower ranges. Track overview. Located in Bathurst, it is a 3.86 mile circuit of extreme elevation change. Public roads turn into a race circuit. Two completely different personalities. Mountain section, tight, technical, no room for errors. Conrod straight, flat out, top speed war. We'll take a look at Hell Corner in turn 1. Slow, tight, left-hander, critical for exit speed onto the mountain straight. Early lap incidents are common here. Mountain straight into the Giraffe Bend. Climbing section, cars under load. Giraffe Bend is fast, blind, and punishing. Into the cutting, the uphill left. Passing is rare, mistakes are often costly here. Easy to clip the wall and exit. Skyline to the S's and into the Dipper. This is where the legends are made. Cars or cars destroyed. One of the two. Blind crest as Skyline, immediately downhill commitment. S's requires surgical precision. The Dipper, massive drop. Car gets extremely light. Braking becomes very sketchy here. Then we'll move on to the Forest Elbow, the final mountain corner. Crucial exit on the Conrod straight. Make a mistake here and you'll cost a lot of time on that front stretch. Backstretch, excuse me. Down into the Chase, one of the fastest braking zones in the racing circuits of any racing circuit. Prime overtaking opportunity, easy to overshoot, massive drama potential for a late break attempt here for the final lap. And then into Murray's Corner, which is our final corner, and it sets up the pass into turn 1 on the next lap. Let's take a look at our cars that we'll be racing tonight. This is a Mazda versus Nissan League. So on our Mazda side, we have the RX-8. Ultra balanced chassis, shines in the mountain section. Strengths, it's stable through the Skyline. The S's, predictable handling, safer over the crest. Its weaknesses, it will get hunted down on Conrod straight. It does not have as much power as some of the other Nissans have. The other Mazda that we have is also a rotary, RX-7 FD. Lightweight, nimble, a little bit more aggressive. Strengths are its quick transition into tight sections, strong mid-quarter speed. The weakness can get loose over elevation changes, and turbo lag can hurt on the exits. We'll take a look at our team Nissan. With the first car is the 350Z. We only had one driver, I believe, run this car on the last race, but this is our power and stability weapon. Strengths, the Conrod straights, dominance, strong braking into the Chase, stable under heavy load. The weaknesses, it is heavy, tougher in the tight mountain sections. Our second Nissan is a Silvia S15. This is a bit of a wild card on the field. The strengths are, it's got a balanced mix of agility and turbo power. Strong exits onto the straights. The weaknesses, it can be nervous over bumps, elevations, which honestly in that Dipper section, well, I think we're going to find we're going to see a lot of chaos through that mountain pass area. Keep in line for the storylines developing throughout the race. Survive versus attack. Mazda survive the straights, Nissan survive the mountain. The mountain is the equalizer. No horsepower advantage matters if you hit the wall here. One mistake equals the race is more than likely going to be over for these guys with how long this track is, even with Forza's really, really, really nice, very forgiving pit where you can basically fix an entire car in 30 seconds. You're basically going to be out of the race with how long the track is. Keep in mind we do have cautions that can be called out by the race leader or the race organizer here, iRotoraptor. At any time, if somebody spins, crashes into another driver, he can call out a caution, and that will group everybody back up until we can go green again. If the drivers decide to pit under caution, they will have to cycle back to the back of the pack. Take a look at our spec sheets here. All cars are capped at 400 horsepower. This keeps our speed in check, but this is still fast. I mean, V8 supercars here are 750 horsepower. But they're not street cars. They're fully purpose-built race cars. Even these cars tuned up whatever you can do to them. It's not a full racing chassis. It's not a real racing chassis. So 400 horsepower cap, 2,600 pound minimum. There are no engine swaps allowed. This keeps the identity of the cars very in line. So rotary versus the inline turbo of the S15 and the V6 NA of the Nissan. From personal experience, this track is mental fatigue like crazy. It punishes focus loss. It's so easy to lose your train of thought here, and it will definitely catch you out if you are not ready. That will do it up for our I'm already getting ahead of myself. Our pre-race inspections and our going over our talking points here. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought already, guys. We should be starting up here in about 4 to 5 minutes, so make sure you're staying with us here, and we'll get the green flag underway, and we'll see if we can't catch a start this time. And going through any grid adjustments here that we need to make late, I do not believe any of these drivers have a EOL penalty for this week. So where they qualified should be where they stay. Starting off on your top three, you have Koala in RX-7, the FD. Oil Roop right behind him with another FD. Mullet, our winner from last week, is in the Sylvia. Dark Sides is in the RX-8, and it switched over. So take a look at your drivers here. Early morning conditions, so the drivers will be struggling with some very cold tires. Going down the front row, as I said, Koala in the RX-7 FD, Oil Roop in his FD. Try to get to the back this time. Mullet in his S15. Dark Sides in his RX-8, missed the last race. Grady McGrady, do not remember this driver. He's in the 350Z. Your race organizer, I rode a Raptor in the 2011 Mazda RX-8. And we have YTB Noob in his RX-7 FD in 7th. JDM Richie in his Sylvia S15 in 8th. Midnight running the 2003 Fairlady Z, 350Z. Little Jonesy in the RX-7 FD in 10th, and rounding out the back of the grid here, we have Dolo in his S15. Battle going on between Oil Roop and Koala already, side by side. Oh, there's a crash. It's probably going to draw out our caution. now we got our race camera set, so luckily for us, maybe not so much for Oil Root, we are going to get to watch a restart. For whatever reason, it seems like half the controls are locked out at the beginning of the spectator's cam, so I only get to start messing with stuff about 30 seconds into the race. So we'll try to do better about that, but as of right now, we apologize for that, but we do have everybody starting to stack back up here again. Looks like Oil Root's going to take this time to get his car fixed. Looks like little Jonesy is too, as Mullet is going to be our race leader. We could be looking at a lot of cautions tonight, so maybe a late caution, get some slick, some soft slick tires, and we might have a battle to the end here. It looks like our pitted traffic is now starting to catch up. The yellow flare of that old 97 FD coming into the frame in the back there. So Mullet will have the restart here. He can go whenever, once everybody is stacked back up. So we'll stay on with his car. That throaty inline turbo that Sylvia. Now if it was my play here with the Sylvia leading right now, I would not take the green flag in the mountain section here. I would definitely elect to go for the straight and use the power. See how Mullet plays it. Lost their driver. Not sure what that was about. Already had a lag out from midnight, it looks like. He will get a DNF on the night. So now every single driver will get points tonight. That's where I would restart the race. He might be doing a traditional restart here, going all the way to the start-finish line and going from there. Not a bad strategy either, but the hard left-hander will not give him the best advantage against the lighter, more agile RX 8 and 7. But there is a nice run up to the mountain, so not sure why YTV Noob there went. Looks like he's going to try to get a pit in, yep, and come out of the back of the line here. Well, all drivers are required to make at least one pit stop, almost going to have to. Some of the drivers are electing to stay on soft, some of the drivers are going to play a long game here, come to the restart. Thought he was going. I think they're going to wait for YTV Noob to cycle back. not going to be a favorable restart for the S15 here. Some contacts, and the driver's getting a little antsy. And he's gearing up, so we are green, green, green. We are back racing again, folks. Into the mountain section here. Current leader is Mullet. Walla runs wide here. Battle going on back there. Let's take a look at this. Definitely trying to make short work and move back up to the front where he was. Only down 4 spots from where he started originally. There's a big off track there from, it looked like Little Jonesy. Coming into the, oh, there's a hard hit. Little Jonesy into the wall hard. Is out. Already getting some space in between our front 3 drivers. The newcomer Gravy McGrady is putting on a little bit of a show with the 350Z with the Jeff Gordon paint scheme on it, but one of our race veterans here, current champion of the last league, Koala, is already starting to put some pressure on. Will stretch its legs here a little bit, but don't knock the Turbo FD. Those things had some crazy power back in the day too. If they can keep those rotaries spooled up and turbos flying, they will definitely have power in the straight. It's a lot harder to drive them hard through the mountain though. Koala's taking a look on the inside here, a little bit of door action going on. Good battle coming up here, coming up into the left-hander up the mountain. Great. Looking for an undercut there for a second. I think he thought better of it going through this corner. We got a nice stack up. Good battle here. Oil Roof, I rode a Raptor. Koala looking to get around. Very aggressive driving from Gravy. Koala not trying to make this a multiple passing zone. He wants to get by as fast as he can. Come to the downhill. Oh, the big door there. Big slide by Koala. It's not going to help his car. Loses a ton of positions to, or not positions, excuse me. Leans, yeah, can't talk tonight. Loses a lot of time to Gravy there. Is our closest battle on track with 4 cars right now. Koala is going to try to make a pass in the most high-speed corner. He gets it done. Looks like Oil Root made the pass around Raptor there. Koala and Oil Roop are some of our faster drivers last week, so not typically where they are right now, but they're slowly trying to make their way up. Gravy's surrendering another position to Oil Roop. That's allow Raptor to get to the bumper. of that 350Z. Raptor's going to run a little bit wide, trying to figure out where he's going to go. Going to lose a little bit of time there. A lot of wheel spin coming up the hill there. Not sure if that was Gravy or Raptor, but definitely sounded like some tire chirping. Koala has a little bit of a commanding lead on Oil Root right now. Go check in on our leaders. Koala has a pretty good lead on Dark Sides right now. RX-8 not getting as much of his advantage as I thought in the mountain section. Real close slide there by Mullet, almost grazed the wall. Mullet did win our last race. Was not going to really be in it until a late caution came out. Really allowed him to get on some soft tires, a late pit, and he was able to drive to the front. If he could take this race to 2-0, he would definitely be a good contender to win this whole championship, because we only have 5 races for this championship. Our closest battles are still between 3, 4, and 5, and 6. 6 is still pretty close. Raptor's still pretty close to the back of Gravy there. Not too far off, keeping him in sight. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Thought he was a lot closer than that. Looks like he might have slipped the tire off the grass. Oh no, Gravy gives up a big time to Oil Root and Koala. It looks like somebody else went off down there too. Looks like Raptor has some damage on the front end. Surrenders a position to YTB New. After my own heart with this paint scheme. If you don't know what this paint scheme is and you're a Mazda fan, you need to get out, because that is the 787B, Le Mans winning paint scheme. Oh, a hard hit, crash up the hill. Raptor is going to capitalize on that, looks like. Does not look like the caution is out. Raptor has a wall kiss there. 3 and 4 are starting to get to the back of 1 and 2 right now. But that looks, Koala and Root look to be our closest battle. Yes, they are right on top of each other. Let's see who is the most horsepower down the straight here. Most aero, I should say, as both cars are tuned for power, or probably tuned to the maximum of power. Oil Root looks to be a little bit faster through there. Maybe just got the slingshot off the draft. Root is going to take 3rd. Wall is going to make a look. Thought better of it. A little bumper tap. Going into the last. Coming down the last corner here before the start finish. Good battle between Wall and Oil Root. Looks like Oil Root is just tuned a little bit faster for more straight line speed. This Koala can't really stick it to him in the corners. But it looks like Koala gets pretty close to him in this mountain section. as they come up on some lap traffic, it looks like. No, I'm sorry, they're getting to the back of the dark side, so it's currently running P2. So our 3 and 4 are hard charging to the front right now. Mullet still has a commanding lead. Drivers are still going to have to pit. Some have, but they definitely don't have the tires and fuel to make it to the end. Hardest section of the track right here is this downhill. The minute you touch the brakes, the car wants to get extremely loose. So you can't use as much brake pressure as you'd like to slow the car down. You're really relying on using the transmission, which is also very hard on it, not good for it, especially if you go down too fast. Looks like a lot of our drivers are spacing out quite a bit now, almost 20 minutes into this race. But we're having a big battle coming up here with 1, 2, 3, and 4. As Koala and Oil Root keep putting down slightly better times and they're getting to the back of Dark Sides. Darkside's unable to make last race, really needs to try to hold on to this P2. It is a long race, folks, so we may get a pass here shortly. However, there's still pit strategy to be played out in the long run. A late caution can change everything. Darkside seemed to be picking up the time a little bit on Mullet. Mullet either had a mistake or is starting to slow down a little bit. The Doritos are hard charging against that Nissan right now. Looks like Koala has fallen off pace a little bit. He must have had a mistake himself. We got a good battle between all podium finishers right here as of right now. Taking a look on the middle of the track there, thinks better of it here. We'll keep beating on the bumper, I think, for a little bit longer. Looks like a caution might have come out as everybody slows down. off or had an incident, but caution does come out. As we slow back down and we rack them all back up. I do expect, it seems Mullet was having problems with tires on this run, so I do expect him to come in on this caution. Something he did the last race, cycle back, run back up to the front. As we have about a little over a quarter of the way. Seven minutes to the halfway point. Drivers are definitely needing tires by now. I think some people were just hanging on to see who would go. I expect to see a lot of people to come into the pits here in the front. Probably the front five, honestly. Did not catch what the caution was for, but I do suspect it might have been Raptor as he was going into the pits as soon as the caution came out. Not sure why the 350Z is kind of transparent. That's a little odd. Yeah, I'm not sure why he is suddenly transparent. Very strange. So, looks like Mullet's coming in. Walla comes in. Looks like Darkside stayed out. Green stayed out. Darksides is going to be your current race leader. He will have the oldest set of tires, I do believe. Well, as it's not terribly fun to watch these caution laps, the good news is we'll have a restart coming, and that restart can get wild. Again, I'm not entirely sure why that 350Z is transparent. Now it's not transparent. There we go. You gotta love the props of a rotary. It sounds like gunshots. A lot of these cars have some bruises and dents on them from driving in this mountain. Have a couple penalties. Looks like Dolo and Little Jonesy have a little bit of a mileage penalty. Nothing too serious. driver coming to the back right now. That looks like JDM Ritchie. He's getting to the back of the pack rather quickly. Might be going green here this time around. Jonesy cuts off the road there a little bit. Under caution. Weird look there. Maybe it's for strategy. Not sure what, but maybe. Looks like a lot of drivers are trying to avoid that turn one chaos on a restart. Should have nobody to wait for here. Possibly Darkside's going to try to take advantage of the mountain pass agility that these rotary RX-7s and RX-8s have. I think the RX-8 handles a little bit better than RX-7 just because it's NA. He has been running P2 pretty much all race, so he knows what the car's capable of. Keep in mind though, Darkside is on the oldest set of tires at this point, so also Gravy actually hasn't pitted either, so both the 1 and 2 car right now on the oldest sets of tires, everybody at least has, everybody that's stopped twice I believe has fresh tires. I think everybody has fresh tires in this lineup right now. And we are over the halfway point with 29 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. As this grid sits right now, as you can see on the left side there, Darkside's P1, Gravy P2, Little Jonesy P3, Mullet P4, Oil Root P6. It looks like, I thought we were going green there for a minute. There's quite a bit of rev. Oil Root, now we are going green now. Not the place out. The big stack up 3 wide coming down the straight here. There's a spin. Oil Root is around into the wall. We are just going to draw caution for sure. Not the place. You'd restart with a Mazda. They're still going. I'm not entirely sure why we haven't slowed down for a caution. It was a blatant takeout there. Yep, we are going to get a caution as Gravy comes in. Mullet made a big move there on the restart using that power. Not where you want to. It's a little bit off of off starting area for Darkside with that RX-8. It's not where I'd start, but he did create a lot of chaos with a lot of that 3 wide restart. So Mullet cycles back up to first on fresh tires. Darkside's probably gonna have to come in here. I'm not sure if he spun the tires a little bit there and everybody got real stacked up or what, but we did have another driver on older tires on P2. Looks like Gravy's going to come out last right now as he swaps up for some new tires. So Darkside is your last driver to pit at this point. Have to imagine he's coming around and coming to pit this time around. As Mullet puts on a little bit of a drift show. Hopefully doesn't burn too much tire away. Slide there for White to be new as well. We're getting to the late stages of this race. Drivers are getting a little antsy. Well, while we're under caution for the third time tonight, let's go down and take a look at each driver's car. A little bit closer shot here, Mullet. Raptor in the Cork Sport Mazda RX-8. Love Cork Sport. I got a lot of parts on my Mazda Speed 3 from Cork Sport. Tell you what, Oil Roop definitely getting probably getting frustrated at this point. This is for the second time he's been dumped this race. Starting from the back of the pack again. One of the drivers got the front run capability speed here, so will be interesting to see if he can take a fresh set of tires and run to the front here. Yeah, we are going green. Again, we're forced to take green, but okay. We are racing again. A little bit of door action there from the sounds of it. Mullet is your new race leader. Take a look back here at the 4 spot as we were getting some traffic jam. Drivers looking to make some passes here. 3 wide coming down that straight there. That's risky. Probably going to draw another caution doing that. Little Jonesy gets pushed off the road, it looks like. 3 wide coming into this corner. Who's going to be brave here? They hold it. Dolo looks like he backs out a little bit to keep it clean. Definitely some chaos going on in the back there too. Lots of dirt getting kicked up, but they all keep it on the track. Oh, a hard hit. Stack up on the mountain. 4 cars at least. Slowing down. Yep, looks like we're calling out another caution for that. This will be our 4th caution in this race. I tell you what, a set of softs is looking real good right about now. If this is going to keep, if the race is going to keep going like this. Oh, I guess the late call out there, we did not know there was a caution. race into the pits after that one. Might have been a new rule just put in by our race organizer here. Just because drivers get into the pits are not getting back to the group fast enough. And it looks like we have another DNF for GADM Richie. Dropped out, not sure if he backed out or quit. Dark Sides, YTB Noob, Dolo, Will Jonesy, all elected to pit. All the cars waiting on the pit there to cycle back in. So without really having to work too hard, Oil Roop started P10 the last restart, now moves up to P3. Raptor P4, Darkside's P5, Dolo P6, Noob, YTB Noob P7, Little Jonesy P8. Gravy is at P9 right now. Have not seen him on the racetrack. Looks like he's coming up there slowly. Yep, he's right there on the back right now. Sorry about that steam flash up there for anybody watching. Apologize about that. Just under 20 minutes to go now. Looks like we're going to have a fight, or honestly a dog fight for these top 3 positions. All these drivers want to win. All these drivers have the ability to win. Darkside's even showing a P4 that he has the ability to lead these races. Mullet looking for his 2nd win of the season. Walla looking for his 1st win of the season. Oil Roop was the unfortunate race result with the late caution cost him the race last week. Every one of these drivers wants to win, so I expect them to get very aggressive here with his last 19 minutes to go. I do believe that if everybody's at least on mediums, we have enough tires to get to the end. But I will say keep an eye on that S15, as that one seems to use tires more than the RX-8s and 7s. Especially doing big slides like that. Alright, we are getting stacked up here, and we are green, green, green as Mullet takes the green flag. That's a good spot to restart for that more powerful car. I mean, like I said, they're all 400 horsepower, but the amount of torque that S15 has, you can see it just pulls in the straights. But keep an eye on these RX-7s and RX-8s, man, they can get to your bumper in those corners quick. Mullet keeping it alive for the Nissan crew right now with the only race win. Podium finishes for 2nd and 3rd on the last race for Mazda, looking like to be the same as 4 Mazdas line up in the last 4 spots right now. The first 4 other than first, excuse me. Let's head on back to P2 here. We got a tight battle as Mullet's starting to pull away. looks like Mullet might have ignored the wall there a little bit. Doesn't seem to sacrifice too much time. Might have just got right on it, but just got a quick angle there. Good tidy through there. On to the downhill section where these cars get real light, but it really makes the Mazda so much faster as they're already a very light car. Interesting to notice that some drivers have elected for the roll cage in their RX-7s and 8s, and some drivers have not. Oil Room looking to try to make the pass on Mullet here. Doors him going into the high-speed corner. Oil Root makes the pass. Mullet comes into the high-speed section. Doesn't seem to have an answer. Hard on the brakes, down the gears. He's poking his nose in. Oh, gets a little loose. Runs wide, off the grass. Oh no, he's sideways. Looks like he keeps on track, saves it. We're getting a good battle for third and fourth right now as well. Darkside's getting to the bumper and koala. The biggest struggle of the RX-8 is definitely the power gap between the RX-7. Turbo FD is just seems to make a little bit more torque and power than that RX-8 can. Granted, all cars are limited to 400 horsepower, but that does not mean they're limited on torque. The RX-8 struggles with torque, so the big sideways move there for YTB Noob. Looks like he might have hit the back of the wall there with the rear. One of the few RX-7s not running aero. Or at least the GT wing. A good battle for 6th and 7th right now as well. We're going to stay right here with the first 5, honestly, because they are so close. Now, if we recall from the first stint, Mullet did start to have some tire fade later on. The RX-7s and 8s seem to have a little bit more tire life towards the end. It'll be interesting to see if Koala can get to the back of the bumper of Mullet here. And, oh, Mullet goes wide and taps the ball there. That's definitely going to help Koala close the gap. big slide from Mullet again. Made it look fast though. If we stay green to the end, I think we're going to see RX-8 surge late, as they seem to have the best tire wear out of all the cars. Oh, Mullet goes hard to the wall again. Walla makes the pass. And Walla is starting to try to chase down Oil Roop. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done. We'll see. I think pretty sure Oil Roop has the freshest tires out of anybody. Already under pressure for his P3 spot from Darksides. Mullet's struggling to keep the rear end of that car under him. We get another late disconnect with Little Jonesy.
Race ends in 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes to go at this point. Now remember, this is not a traditional race end. We will not go to the start finish on the last lap. The race is over in 9 minutes and 45 seconds, regardless of where we are on track. Not sure why Force does that, but that's the way it is. Mullet gets hard to the wall again. Darkside's looking to hunt down that P3 position. Mullet, the only one keeping the Nissans in the top 3 right now. Got a long drive ahead of him to keep that position. Darkside's not pressed here. He knows he's got a little bit of time here, but he does need to make his move. There's only about 8 minutes left to go in this race. These are our closest battles. Struggling to keep that rear end under his car right now. going to switch from this battle to go up to 1 and 2 as Koala and Oil Roop are on top of each other with 6 minutes to go. Sounds like Oil Roop might be having a little bit of transmission problems. I knew he was over revving coming almost every gear, but I think he might have downshifted a little too hard. Now Koala's starting to actually get to his rear. Yeah, that car is definitely struggling to shift, ladies and gentlemen. Koala is going to probably get this pass done. I spoke too soon. Sounded like that car was really struggling to shift. Have to stay with it here on the front stretch. It's a little loose coming up over that corner. I think he's trying to hold the gear longer and not shift.
Minutes remain.
It'll take 5 minutes to go. That car is definitely struggling to shift, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Can Koala close the distance of horsepower? Sides and Mullet look to be our closest battle right now with 4 minutes to go. And Nissan definitely still fast in the back stretch and the front stretch here. Dark Side's really wanting to get that P3. Oh, there's a big slide from Mullet there. We come down to the last corner to start finish. Looks like Mullet, Dark Side's gonna stick his nose in. Getting real aggressive here towards the end. Gonna try to go on the outside this time. Gets to his bumper. He's gonna look on the inside. A block from Mullet. Oh, they go off. Make contact. They're both trying to keep it straight. Dark Side's going to take too kindly to that late block. Expect a little contact here coming to the end. Both of them did not receive penalties for those incidents that they were both involved in back there. Dark Side's going to look, try to dive down the hill on the inside. I think we're going to see a late crash here, ladies and gentlemen. Some very aggressive driving from both drivers. Oh, big wall tap from Mullet. It's a drag race down the front stretch. Mullet's going to door a little bit, try to slow him down. And it looks like Darkside's going to make the pass. Mullet's right underneath him, though. Probably going to push him through this corner here as we got 1 minute and 57 seconds to go. Darkside's going to give him the inside so he can take the inside on the next corner here, but just a little later on the brakes. Mullet he's going to make the pass. Dragways down to the last corner. Darkside's on the not preferred line, can't make the cut back. Good defense by Mullet here. Darkside is going to get the run coming to corner one, but he's not going to get the inside run here. He's not clear of Mullet. We're going to drag race. Oh, Mullet tries the door and he gets sideways. That's going to be the pass for Darksides. That is a Mazda 123 with 1 minute to go. Struggling now as it looks like another rotary's getting to his bumper. Don't think he's going to have enough time to get that position before the end of the race here. Walla fell off pace there a little bit. Not sure exactly what was going on. Maybe Oil Root was saving a little bit. Closest battle right now. As I said earlier, I didn't think YTB was going to get there, but 9 seconds to go. He's trying to make a look. And he's not going to get it done. And that will be the race. So Oil Roop is going to get your race win for Bathurst, followed by Koala in P2. Darkside's in P3. That is a Mazda 123 sweep. So following the rest of your race results, P4, Mullet. Good drive there till the end. Unfortunately surrendered too many positions towards the end, but still not a bad drive for Mullet. Definitely an exciting finish. P5, YTB Noob was starting to put the pressure on Mullet. I believe Mullet did not have tires at the end. I think he was just hanging on for dear life. P6, Gravy McGrady in the 350Z. P7, iRotoraptor in the RX-8. And rounding out your race finishes, Dolo in the S15. A couple of disconnects for DNFs. 9 and 10 will get points. 11 will not. He was the first one to disconnect. So Little Jonesy is going to be your P9 finisher, as well as JDM Richie is your P10 finish. That'll wrap it up for this race, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking to go round 3 at Road Atlanta next week. It's going to be a rain race, it looks like. Noon start time, and rain is at the start. So definitely going to see some wet tires come out. And we're actually going to get some drivers up here in the broadcast booth. So we're going to start with Darksides, your P3 finish.
I will gladly. Hi.
Hello, driver. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, some very hard driving there towards the end for a solid P3 finish. You want to bring us through that last couple of laps there to get to that spot?
Basically, Mullet and me were on different tire strategies. I knew if I caught him by the time I got up to him, I knew I could probably race him enough to make him wear his tires out a little bit more than he probably would want to wear them out, because he was trying to just limp it home. And eventually I knew his car was going to start sliding. He kind of pushed me into the grass there out of Hell Corner going down the straightaway, but I eventually got around him. All in all, good race. I really enjoyed it. The RX-8 wasn't nearly as fast as the RX-7s on the straightaways, but I could keep up with them in the mountain, and that's all that really mattered.
All right, anything else you want to say before we get you back to the garage there and pull up our next driver?
I just want to thank all my sponsors at NOS Energy and NPML Mazda for giving me this opportunity to race. I had a lot of fun today, and on to the next race.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Hey, driver, you got a copy?
I do.
So walk us through the last couple of laps there. It looks like you were starting to pull up on oil route. We were calling out maybe he was having transmission issues because it was struggling to get up the gears.
Yeah. Yeah, I was out of tires by the end of it.
Yeah, we
But
saw.
I think we both were.
Yeah, we saw you get to the back of him, and we kept hearing Oil Roop's RX-7 not wanting to go in gear. We thought you were gonna get it, but yeah, it's that's the way it goes sometimes. I think everybody was out of tires at the end.
Yeah, I think we all were.
So anything else throughout the race that maybe we didn't catch that you were interested in calling out, or anybody you want to trash talk or anything like that?
No trash talk. That was all good racing. That was really fun.
We were looking back at your guys' battle for 1 and 2, but the 3 and 4 battle was actually the tightest at the time. So we were with that for a long period of time, but we kept coming back, and we looked like you were getting close there. But I was like, man, I think you might get it done.
I was almost there.
So what was the difference in tire strategy then? Were you guys on the same tire compound, or?
I think we were both on softs, yeah.
Okay, so you guys were just both out at the end.
Yeah.
Looks like his car pulled a little bit more on the straights.
He's a lot faster on the straights.
Are you going to make any adjustments coming to Road Atlanta for that?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a smaller track, so I should have better turning than him.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see you at Road Atlanta next week, and best of luck, driver.
All right, thanks.
And Oil Roop, you've already moved yourself up here. You got the race win, so you have that authority. Walk us through the last couple of laps. We were starting to call out, like it sounded like you had transmission issues. It was struggling to go in gear. It sounded like going up the gears.
Yeah, I was a little hard on my clutch, I think, and kind of screwed it up a little bit, so the shifting wasn't the smoothest, and my tires were going away on me, but held it together, thank God.
Yeah, it looked like Koala was actually getting to your rear bumper there for a little bit, and then just the time went a little longer, you started pulling away again. So is there any strategy you used to milk that failing clutch or failing transmission to the end to start pulling more time?
Yeah, just I started letting off a little bit earlier, doing slower downshifts. Yeah, I saw Koala was less than a second behind me, and then I don't know if that got something fired up in me, and I just got going again. But I ended up gapping him a little bit, but yeah, it was a good race.
All right, well, we'll expect to see you at Road Atlanta, as you are now, well, I mean, unfortunately, unfortunate finish at Suzuka, but I think you have the ability to run up in the points here still, so we hope to see you at Road Atlanta.
Yeah, I should be there.
All right, well, we'll talk to you later then, driver.
All right, thanks. See you next race.
Yep. All right, that will wrap it up for our broadcast for NPML, excuse me. It's been a long day for me. We will catch you next Thursday at the April 30th at Road Atlanta for a rain start, it says. So expect to see some tire strategy go along with that, and we'll check you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Next Level broadcast hosted by Next Level, where we stream now Forza and iRacing. Look for our iRacing broadcast to kick off here in about 2 weeks as we start our late model races at the Coliseum for the Clash. Once again, I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out and watching the stream. Thank you for the views, and we'll see you next time.